Okay, and this guy basically saved the stream because there wasn't too much going on this week. And if you can't tell, I'm trying to like bloat through everything as fast as possible because I'm so fucking hot. And today is pizza day, and I don't eat that much on pizza day because I'm going to be eating pizza. So I'm really hungry for pizza, and I'm just thinking about pizza right now. But I will take a second to enjoy this. Now, before I even get into this, let me say that I really don't know who this guy is. I don't know his history. From what I see, some people I like this guy. I have nothing against him, but this tantrum is funny to me. He's like a small YouTuber that apparently has a little bit of a cult following. But his name is Thomas Baden Riess, and someone sent me this video and said, "Hey, have you heard of this guy? He's talking about the forum." So I went through it, and then I went through the second videos an hour before this stream. Thank fucking God, because they're really funny, and I'm gonna play through it now. Oh. Okay, no, that's good. I thought it blew up on me. All right, let me get my timestamp. And just play through the first 30 seconds of this.
So, kids, let me today address these allegations that have been made about me on Kiwi Farms. Now, as you know, I am the kind of guy who likes to address things head on. I'm not the sort of person who just hopes that bad news about me will simply disappear. I like to embrace things head on. If you're wondering why it's taken me this long, however, to make a video in response to this, it's because I've been unsure whether anyone really cares. And because I'm not like a Big E celebrity or anything like that, I didn't want to jump to make a video to address these allegations when, it would suggest that I think I'm more important than I am. But in any case, I think time has come now where I should say something on this matter. Now, I want to say something is that when the best way to make the best way to slander someone is to make sure that at least some of the things you say about them are true. And what I will say to you all is that if about 30% of the things that are said about me in this Kiwi Farms article are indeed true. And they are the sort of, how can I say, that is the grease which sort of helps the machine, it keeps the machine oiled and helps the slander to make sense.
Okay, so like, let me just show you what this guy's talking about. There is this thread called "Thomas Baden Riess is a fake Jew with a fake Jewish name who threw a chair at a 14-year-old girl. He also assaulted a woman, and his ex-girlfriend has a criminal record for stalking." And it's all this fucking shit. Look how fucking long this thing is. It's so long, and it's just like rambling. It's like there's no pictures of this guy. There's no reason why we should care. And it was immediately sent to Spurgatory, which is where we put like garbage threads. And yet somehow this thing made its way to the guy, and he took it very seriously. I think there's like a group of people who are trolling him because he keeps mentioning like these northern nationalists. So there's like a group of people like America, Northern England, who want to like separate from the United Kingdom, and he is at a edge with them. As you can see, all the articles or all the replies are just like bullshit. And then it gets moved out, and then I get sent it, and I play his video, and I respond to it, just kind of like summarizing what it is, and I'll play through it. But that's the gist of it. Someone made this post, and it has upset him greatly, even though it was like sent to like the dumpster right off the bat. I'll switch back to this. Oh my god.
If you're going to go out there and say that I've got a criminal record for stalking, or that I've got a police record, or this kind of thing, that is slander, okay? That is liable. That is prima facie defamation of my good name under English law, okay? And that kind of thing, I'm afraid, is not on. You know, and people like some Northern nationalists have been repeating these slanders online. And I will say to people like that, you could be in real trouble. I have spoken to my lawyers, or I haven't spoken to my lawyers. I've spoken to some lawyers, and they say that precisely what I said. This is prima facie defamation of my good name under English law. So you're engaging in libelous acts. You're engaging in defamation. Now, it's very difficult to police the internet. You know, that is what they told me. It's very difficult to bring a case. But in theory, people who repeat these lies could, you know, you could face hefty, you know, you'd have to pay hefty fines in theory anyway. You know, what I want to say is, because I look, it's one thing for people on the internet to repeat these things. If I look, I'm probably not big enough that the mainstream media will ever come after me. They will probably never. Well, you know, I don't know, but it's possible that mainstream media will one day turn on me, and if they do, they might look to these, you know, what's been said about me on Kiwi Farms and say, oh my God, no, this guy with these political ideas, you know, he's got a criminal record, he's got a police record, this kind of thing. To which I will say, they would really end up in trouble if they printed this sort of libelous material.
His point is that he's concerned about this because the media might turn on him. Not just the Northern nationalists, but the media itself might turn on him, which is a bit fucking schizo. And I legit thought he was like a random schizo until I saw that people actually do listen to him because he talks about shit. But there's 4 of these videos, by the way, and they're very, like, they're each like a weird, like, part of the crescendo, which entertained me greatly.
We can do that, but I want to repeat the idea that I've got a criminal record, you know, for stalking or violence against women or throwing chairs at children or something like this. This is complete Tommy rot. It's utter nonsense.
What the? Okay, like, I'm biased against British people in every way. If there's an issue that concerns the island, you can assume that I hate it and I think that the worst outcome should possible happen. But what the fuck is a Tommy rot? Why does he talk like a cartoon stereotype of a British person? What is this? Why does he look like Nick Rekieta after an alcoholic binge that gets him like divorced and thrown out into a gutter by an English pub? Why, who is this person?
And it's come from the head of a deluded, drunken man who thinks if he dresses up in a dress, he becomes a woman. So that's what I want to say about that. But
he's calling the OP a tranny, which is pretty funny.
I also warn people like some Northern nationalists that if you're going to promulgate these sorts of lies against me, these smears against my good name, then in theory at least, I'm not saying it'll come to it, but in theory at least, you are in violation of English law, because that is prima facie defamation of my good name.
All right, that's the first video. The second half of it's not as funny. So basically, the title of that one is Thomas Baden Riess is a fake Jew with a criminal record. And I say it like that because he, like, Tumblr caps it, where, like, every other letter is capital. The second one is called Help Me Fund a Defamation Lawsuit Against the Kiwi Farms. Oh, boy.
So, kids, let me today make a brief video to update you on a few different things which are going on. Now, I want to say this is not the best period of time for me. I'm very, very stressed. First of all, because there's a lot of different people online giving me shit for various different reasons. Second of all, I've got personal things going on. My great-grandmother is basically in hospital. You know, she's at her end, and this is causing a lot of stress for her, myself, and indeed the wider family. So this is not a great time, but I wanted to say a few different things which are important. Now, the first thing is this. There's been some good news. The good news is that some Northern nationalist has taken down all of the videos in which I was slandered.
So he starts off by kind of like pity partying. Like, yeah, my grandma's sick and in hospital, so you guys shouldn't be treating me this way, whatever. Then he goes on to say that this guy, this terrible Northern nationalist, whoever the fuck that is, took down his videos making fun of him using the Kiwi Farms post as a source. Which is like, oh, okay, so he like defended his position And this guy was like, oh, okay, I'm in the wrong here. Let me take this down. No, that's not what happened.
Now, it was actually very simple and effective in the end. I basically, I threatened him with legal action and he duly took the videos down. I've also noticed that Alex Ryan has taken down his slanderous videos of me as well. So this, I will say, is a bit of good news for all.
Oh, no, he didn't change his mind. He just threatened him with a prima facie lawsuit for liable. for liable.
Yes. Now, the second thing that I wanted to say is that after the first video I did about this Kiwi Farms bollocks, some subscribers of mine, they came to me and they said, Thomas, you've never asked for money in the past 8 years. Why don't you set up a fund, ask for some money to, carry out a lawsuit against Kiwi Farms in order to get them to take the slanderous post about me down. And they basically, I wasn't particularly convinced at first, but one of them has a law degree, and all of these different subscribers, and there's too many to name, but they all suggested that that they would be happy to put in some money to this fund. So what we're
going who's British, doesn't like the Kiwi Farms, and has a master's degree in law? I wonder who that could be, advising this poor idiot to waste his fucking time and money trying to press a British lawsuit for defamation and libel in the United States. The rest of this video is not interesting. He just bitches about various shit until this part, which is just rude.
I want to say. The other thing that I wanted to say is about the amount of so-called educated people who are looking on Kiwi Farms. This is it is a trashy website. It's absolutely disgusting. It's an awful, sleazy, disgusting, revolting website. And yet I know that people who follow my channel, who claim to be educated, are going on looking on there. Do you know why I know this? Because it's coming up as a search result in YouTube and Google. So, I'm really shocked that people would go on there. Of course, I'm more shocked that people would believe this shit, despite the overwhelming evidence that it's a complete load of bollocks. So,
very, very mean, just to do me dirty like that. The rest of the stream of this video is just talking about his dying grandmother, and that's not very funny. So we're moving on to number 3, called "Vile Trolls Are Abusing My Recently Deceased Grandmother." Apparently he got cyberbullied after his grandmother died, and this is like, I really don't know who this fucking guy is. I have nothing against him, but this video is hysterical.
I want to say different things. I think this whole everything, the videos that I've made this week about Kiwi Farms, I've made a complete mistake.
Yeah.
I've made a complete mistake. It's to do with the stress that I'm under, because it seems to me that the more that I've tried to tell people the truth, the more that they're not believing me. And also,
okay, he recognizes that he has made a mistake. That's the first step. Surely he's not going to talk about a lawsuit in this video as well.
Thank you to a few different people. Look, everyone who supported me in this, deserves a big thank you. And I don't want to pick people out, but I would like to say to Stephanie, and she'll know who she is, thank you for your legal advice. This was very helpful, and it's got me set up with Lipstadt and Kaufman, who will be advising me on this libel case, this defamation case against Kiwi Farms.
So he's made a mistake, but he's still trying to think of a lawsuit. Now, when I almost regret playing through this before the stream, because when I got to this part, there's something that he says in this segment that made me laugh the hardest I've laughed in probably weeks. It was so out of left field because he doesn't come across as like a retarded person. He doesn't come across as like genuinely schizophrenic or like super manipulative, but he says something up in this that just like I couldn't even fucking believe it.
I won't ever forget her final words. She was there literally on her deathbed, and she said, "Thomas, these slanders against your name and these trolls saying these awful things, they're just scum, and they've made my final days, you know, absolute hell." And I held her hand, and she said, "Thomas, for God's sake, make sure you sue everyone who has defamed you. Make sure you get money for the fund." And by the way, she said to all the people who've left kind words and prayers, she said, you are from God. You are amazing people. She said, "You're amazing people, and you have relieved her pain in her final painful moments. You relieved that pain for her." And she said to me, "Thomas, they will pay for the fund as well. And you can do this." So that's what I wanted to say. I don't want to make too much of a point on it, but in some ways, the people who have spread these despicable lies and, you know, smears about me, in some ways you did help kill Gromwell. You know, so maybe you need to look in the mirror, to be frank.
I can't even fucking believe it. I can't even fucking believe it. Sorry, Dankula, I'm not fucking crying over this one. Am I adding this to the kill counter? Do I have to add this one to the kill? We fucking killed Grandma by hosting this post. It murdered her. And it really staggers me because I'm just like, bro, maybe you shouldn't be showing Kiwi Farms posts to your dying fucking great grandmother. Maybe you shouldn't be doing. Maybe that was the mistake. But he says like she Googles his name and reads up to what he's up to, and it's like, bro, like number one, either that's bullshit or you shouldn't have been sitting there in the fucking hospital showing her Kiwi Farms post to the point where it physically murdered her. Maybe that was the mistake. I want to add it to the list, but I don't think I can. It's all him. He murdered Nana by showing her cyberbullying post. Just unbelievable. There's one more video, and this one's called "My Apology to Kiwi Farms."
So, I just want to make a brief video apologizing to the people at Kiwi Farms. It's been a really rough couple of days for me. I've got a stinking hangover at the moment, but I want to say I want to apologize to the people at Kiwi Farms, to the people who run it, also to the people who use it. You know, I said it was an uneducated, trashy website, but actually, you know, now that I've looked at it a bit more closely, it's obviously, you know, they do some very good articles that are clearly well researched. But
he's delivering this like he's a Belarusian political prisoner, and I'm standing off to the side with a fucking AK pointed at him like, "Say the lines, comrade. We will let you go home to your family."
I want to say I don't want any beef with anyone on that site, you know. And honestly, I really, to be clear, I don't have any bad feelings toward the people on there. I think they're great. So you know what I mean. I'm interested. You know, maybe we should just sort of forget about this whole thing, you know. And I'll be happy to retract the videos that I've done on Kiwi Farms, you know, and then we can sort of forget about the whole matter. I have got the most stinking hangover in the world. I feel absolutely.
So I've watched half of this, and I'm gonna try because I tried trying to find a point in this to clip it, and I couldn't think of one. I just like I'll play it all the way through, and comment on it if I feel the need to. I really don't know what his angle is here. It really sounds like this is forced, and I just don't get it.
Dreadful at this moment. I don't know what I've been doing this last week. It is fucking horrible. I don't know what is wrong with me. I think most of you who watch my channel across time know that from, every so often I have an absolute nervous breakdown, and I do it publicly on the internet. And it's like, I woke up this morning and I thought, oh, for fuck's sake, what have I got myself into? It's like, I need help. I seriously need fucking help at this moment in time. I feel like just taking a gun to my head and shooting myself.
Don't do it, Thomas. You've got so much to live for. I love you. Don't kill yourself.
By the way,
you already killed Grandma. Don't kill yourself too.
When I said you find out who your real friends are at a time like this, because I basically spent the last week committing internet suicide, and how many people came out and told me, and warned me, and said, Thomas, for fuck's sake, what are you doing? Virtually no one. It's like you all pretend to be my friends, and yet when you see me committing internet suicide like this, you all just egg it on. You all just sit back and watch and think, well, let's watch the bin fire that ensues. Let's watch the car crash that ensues. So
this is the part that I decided I'll just watch. I've seen this part. I had not seen the remainder of this this video. It's about 3 more minutes left.
I just, for fuck's sake, why didn't anyone warn me about any of this?
I would like to interject for a moment, because people did. At the bottom, this is the whole reason why I was trying to be not nice to him, is that I Hypocrite replied to him on his video, the second one, helped me fund a defamation lawsuit. And he says, I'm sorry you're going through this. I know it sucks, but what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. My 2 cents is not to waste your time and energy going to war with Kiwi Farms. I know it's trite advice, but don't feed the trolls is really the only approach to take with something like this. Many people have filed lawsuits against the Kiwi Farms and lost. Josh protects his own ass. Does not cave to legal action the way other people's do. You could always get a DNA test and post the results. I did that because people kept calling me a Jew. Take care, man, and try not to stress out about it. I took a DNA test, and it's told me that I was 0.5% Ashkenazi, so that didn't help in my case. Now I'm more Jewish than ever.
If there's anything good can come from this, is that I've had to learn some tough lessons, but I can pass this on to young people out there. I was talking to Brutus one day, and he said that that Clarence Anstey, he does asshole consulting, where he tells young men life advice for money. And Brutus said that I should do the same. And, well, let me do one of those videos today for free. If you're a young person on the troll, especially if you're like a YouTuber, don't feed the trolls. That would be my message. He's never going to win against them.
He's like so broken. Like, look at this. This is a 2-page long thread. All that's happened is that people looked at these videos and just said that's silly. I don't know if there's like personal harassment. I think like some people are posting, like this person, they joined just to say like, I'm thinking this is an elaborate troll. He's anti-lockdown, anti-NHS, but yet he's thanking the NHS staff for helping with his grandma. And say, I think some of these people in this thread are like trolls who know him from YouTube. But there's really like nothing's happened to him. What the fuck is it? What has changed his demeanor so much?
The best remedy in these cases.
It's like 30 posts. It's not even
to let it go. You just have to pretend it's not there, and you have to move on. Because it's basically, and I wish someone had fucking told me about this earlier. You're basically kicking over a hornet's nest. That's all you're doing. I mean, these people, well, if you they have this thing where you get called a lol cow on Kiwi Farms, and the more that you engage with the trolls, the more that they just destroy you. So I want to say to anyone watching this who wants some life advice, don't make the same mistake that I've made. I have had a wreck of a week. I really have. I've got a splitting headache. I am hungover. If Alcohol Anonymous are out there, you know, maybe you can give me some help. I like my hair looks. I've got one more video to do because this is it. I have 10 coffees.
It's just talking. I'll skip through that. I'll leave it there. I can't wait for his next video. Thoroughly enjoying the content so far. Someone said that they can confirm that there's gay ops against this guy. And if that's true, he really needs to just uninstall Discord. I can't tell you how much stress managing a Discord server is. Like, even my shitty Discord, the Sneedcord, it is a lot of work to, like, deal with all the people. And it's, like, so fast-paced, and there's always gay shit happening. Like, legit, just uninstall it. I've lost nothing by switching, by uninstalling Discord, and every so often, like, a couple times a day, looking at the Element Matrix server and talking to people there. Discord really is just shit. Really, I can't advocate enough to stop using it. No, the Steam Discord. I don't have Discord, and I don't have Discord. I don't know anyone on Discord. I don't talk to people on Discord. I use Telegram for all the direct communication. I use Telegram and email for everything. That's it. And Signal. And if there's a Discord out there that's like a Maddie fan club, I don't know anyone in it. I don't know the managers of it. I have nothing to do with it, and I don't endorse any of them, because I guarantee you that if you stay in those things long enough, you will become a homosexual tranny, and you will accidentally hang yourself jerking off, doing autoerotic asphyxiation. That is the inevitable end of anyone on Discord. I can't advocate uninstalling it enough.